Salutations! Welcome to another Minecraft Speed Paint. This time I will be talking about my thoughts/general ideas about Villain Init and Villain Tubbo. Do I personally think that Villain Init and Villain Tubbo will happen? As of December 16, 2020, not too likely for Tommy, because he has Technoblade backing him up, and his moral compass has still not misaligned, but the possibility of it for the future is still there. Tubbo, on the other hand, oh, I am most certainly sure, because he is already in the path to villainy. Now let's start with the whole Tubbo, Tommy, Schlatt, Wilbur connection. What is this connection? This is the idea that as the story progresses, Tubbo will grow to become more like Schlatt, and Tommy will grow to become more like Wilbur, their predecessors. This idea has grown in popularity, specifically in the Tumblr side of things, due to the Exile arc. In this arc, Tubbo goes against his cabinet and exiles Tommy. And during this exile, Tommy is slowly going off deep end. Several characters in canon also pointed this idea out, especially in the iconic line of, "As long as I won't become the next Schlatt, you can't become the next Wilbur." What do I personally think of this connection? I think I can see why it's so popular. Not only is it backed up by canon lines by the characters, but the imagery of Tubbo with horns and Tommy with Will's coat is simply spectacular. However, I'm thinking of a different idea, because I think this whole connection is not that strong. I'll explain why. Tommy and Wilbur, though the connection is quite stronger than Tubbo and Schlatt, I feel still doesn't work that well. What separates them the most is their reaction to being exiled. Wilbur was filled with anger. He used that anger to start a new movement to save his country back with pride. He started clearing and building a new home the moment he got exiled. Tommy, on the other hand, is distraught and hesitant to start anew. He's not angry. He's frustrated. With the ominous message from the Exile arc about how people only respect him when he has power, Tommy will most likely have a power-hungry arc in the future, where he will do anything to get what he wants, different from Wilbur's goal of destroying the thing he cannot have, in which I assume is his miserable attempt to preserve its essence to save L'Manberg from J. Schlatt. Tommy's descent in exile differs from Wilbur. Wilbur was more manipulative, taunting Tommy and how he'll never be president, while Tommy's descent was filled with violence, as seen as his actions towards Techno and Jack Manifold, like with him stabbing Techno the second that he takes off his armor, and Jack Manifold when he tossed Jack Manifold into the lava for lols. Kinda like how J. Schlatt was with his old cabinet who was trying to help him. The Tubbo and Schlatt connection, I think, is way off. The problem here is that Tubbo said it himself. He doesn't want power. He doesn't want control. He wants what's best for New L'Manberg. You can't connect them on a goal-oriented level because Schlatt wants power. Schlatt simply does what he thinks is best for himself. The motivations of these characters should be the most important thing in connecting them, because I believe that the character's motivation, what a character wants, will pave the way onto how they will achieve it and who they will become. So, if Tommy-Wilbur parallels don't align because Tommy wants to reclaim what was his, while Wilbur wanted to preserve what was L'Manberg, and Tubbo-Schlatt parallels don't align because Tubbo wants what's good for New L'Manberg, while Schlatt wants what's good for himself. Then what's another idea we can apply to these characters? Well, I present to you Tommy Schlatt and Tubbo Wilbur connection. I believe that the characters that have been paired off in this new connection have more in common than the past connection I mentioned earlier. If we think about it, Tommy and Schlatt both have selfish goals. Tommy wants his disc. Schlatt wants his power. Both of them also have violent tendencies, which is most obvious during their descents. Tommy lashes out violently to the people who are trying to help him, just like a certain goat. We know that Tommy can put his disc to the side, as seen in the past wars. He's not that selfish, but Tommy is changing. With the start of this whole exile arc, he's done putting his own desires to the side. He wants what is rightfully his. I can imagine Tommy realizing that the only way he'll get his disc back is to become powerful. Give Tommy his villain arc. He deserves to go feral in pursuit of power. Both Tommy and Schlatt have been exiled, and I desperately hope that Tommy returns from his exile. He gets that power that he craves in order to get what he wants. Now for Tubbo and Wilbur. What do they have in common? Wilbur wanted to destroy L'Manberg, while Tubbo wants to protect it. Well, you see, the thing they have in common is their unyielding love for L'Manberg. A devotion that ruins one's morality. That's what Tubbo and Schlatt don't have in common. Tubbo has ideals he maintains, Schlatt doesn't. However, these ideals are slowly being broken. In a Reddit post, Wilbur confirmed that Tubbo is a lawful good. Tubbo sticks to what is right and what is good. But as we can see, Tubbo is under immense pressure from his cabinet. They don't respect him. His cabinet wants power. They don't see Tubbo as powerful. So, Tubbo in this current arc is turning against his morals of peace and order to satisfy his violent cabinet. He even broke the no armor rule. He's changing, and not for the better. This sounds a lot like Wilbur during his time in Pogtopia, where Wilbur's sanity cracks under the pressure of his fellow Pogtopians wishing for a great ruler. Wilbur tossed his old days of adamantly using words to fight. When the war came, when the final war came, he wielded his weapons. Since he cannot have his country, he'll have to destroy it in order to protect L'Manberg from the hands of others. I predict that Tubbo will end up betraying the Butcher Army once he realizes how futile this quest is. That Quackity is ruining Tubbo's beloved L'Manberg. If Tubbo completes his road to villainy, I think he'll end up as a scary villain who manipulates and smiles through things. Tubbo cares about L'Manberg the most. It's the only thing that has been trusted to him, and I'm sure he'll do anything to protect it. Morals be damned. There's already hints of Tubbo becoming more obsessed with L'Manberg. During the beginning of the exile arc, something stuck to me. When Tubbo exiled Tommy, he said, "Dream, please escort Tommy out of my country." Not L'Manberg or New L'Manberg, he said, "my country." When he first said it, I immediately got flashbacks to Wilbur repeatedly saying, "my L'Manberg." So, in conclusion, while Tubbo, Schlatt, Tommy, Wilbur have more connection aesthetically, with Tubbo and Schlatt both being presidents and Tommy and Wilbur both being exiled and revolutionists, I think that narratively, Tubbo, Wilbur, and Tommy Schlatt have a stronger connection. Tubbo and Tommy know the score. They know that Tommy shouldn't end up like Wilbur, and Tubbo knows that he shouldn't end up like J. Schlatt. They'll do everything to not end up like their parallel predecessors, but nobody's stopping them from becoming like the other's predecessor. Tubbo will become not like Schlatt, but like Wilbur, and Tommy will become not like Wilbur, but like Schlatt. Is this true? Who knows? All I know is that these two will end up in opposite sides of the battlefield, and I will cry. Why must they hurt us? Okay, so a bonus prediction. Yo guys, a short prediction on what I think will happen at the Christmas festival. I think that with Filza still being a good citizen of L'Manberg and following his house arrest, he'll receive news about the Christmas festival. So, Filza will inform the Antarctic Anarchist Commune on the event and how Dream will be there. Tommy suggests that it'll be the perfect time to try and get his disc back, and Techno will think it's a perfect time for revenge. And of course, Ghostbur is just happy to attend any festival. On the day of reckoning, Dream gets trapped and all is going to the Butcher Army's plan. However, I believe that Tommy's unresolved, confused feelings about his manipulator will cause him to help Dream. Imagine the cinematic parallels of Tommy enderpearling to defend the trapped Dream, just like how he enderpearled to Tubbo during the festival. During this, Techno will help Dream escape the assassination. He owes Dream a solid after all. And Phil will follow his sons, because he doesn't want to be helpless anymore. He wants to protect his family. And as things are going down, Tubbo versus Tommy, Wilbur will be breaking down, filled with so much repressed memories, begging to be let out. Maybe he'll remember, and who knows what will happen to him. Maybe this will be the time that Tubbo realizes that the Butcher Army is ruining New L'Manberg, and he has to save his country. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Do you guys like my new mic? I finally don't sound like a 12-year-old. I've had this theory since like the Tommy Exile, but only now that I have the confidence to post it. Please hit the like and subscribe. It shows to me that you guys like what I do. And how do you guys feel about this whole connection? Do you think Tommy Wilbur and Tubbo Schlatt have a stronger connection than my proposed Tommy Schlatt and Tubbo Wilbur connection? Please tell me your thoughts down below. It'll mean the world to me, and that's all. Sweet dreams, everyone.